Did you know that no emotion naturally lasts more than 90 seconds unless we keep it alive with our thoughts? That's not pop psychology, it's neuroscience. When an emotion is triggered, your brain releases a flood of chemicals that physically surge through your body. Within just 90 seconds, those chemicals dissipate completely, unless you fuel them by replaying the thoughts that spark them. This insight comes from Harvard-trained neuroanatomist Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, who revealed that it's not the emotion itself that lingers, but the stories we continue to tell ourselves. So, what happens if you don't feed that emotional wave? You gain control. Next time you feel a surge of anger or sadness, don't react immediately. Instead, just notice the physical sensations. Tightness in your chest, heat in your face, and count to 90 while focusing on your breath. Don't resist the feeling. Let it pass like a wave. You'll feel the intensity fade. In that moment, you're not just managing an emotion, you're taking back your power. Most people never learn this. They believe emotions control them. But this simple awareness becomes the foundation of emotional regulation. Think of emotions like storms. They pass. But when we latch onto them, when we tell ourselves dramatic stories, we extend the storm indefinitely. You've probably snapped at someone and regretted it seconds later. That's the 90-second rule in action. By the time you've reacted, the emotional chemicals are already fading, but the consequences of your outburst remain. Blaming anger for our actions is like blaming the rain for not bringing an umbrella. And that brings us to Chapter 1, Cognitive Reframing. What if I told you that disappointment isn't about what happened to you, but about the gap between what you expected and what actually occurred? And that you have the power to shrink that gap anytime you choose. Cognitive reframing is not about pretending everything is okay. It's about shifting your lens to see a situation more clearly, more constructively. Our brains are prediction machines, constantly creating expectations. When reality clashes with those expectations, we feel pain. But the way we frame that clash changes everything. Didn't get the promotion? You could spiral into self-doubt. I'm a failure. I'll never succeed. Or you could reframe it. This is a setback. What feedback can I gather to improve next time? One perspective traps you. The other opens doors. Reframing turns mental roadblocks into stepping stones. It's not positive thinking, it's accurate thinking, because the frame around a problem often determines whether you can solve it. Chapter 2, The Emotional First Aid Kit. If we prepare for physical injuries, why not emotional ones? Imagine having a customized kit ready for when anxiety or sadness strikes. Not built in the heat of crisis, but when you're calm and clear. Your kit might include physical actions like jumping jacks, a soothing scent, a calming mantra, a friend to text, notes about past hardships you've survived. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being prepared. Because during emotional turmoil, your brain is like a sugar-crazed toddler. The kit is your responsible adult stepping in with structure and care. Now, let's talk about mental quicksand. Chapter 3, Breaking Rumination Cycles. Ever tried to stop thinking about something only to obsess over it more? That's rumination. And here's the catch. Trying to force those thoughts away makes them stronger. So what's the escape? Pattern interruption, attention pivoting. Try the 5-3-1 technique. Name 5 things you see. Move locations. Do 3 minutes of focused activity, like subtracting 7s from 100. Then take one small productive action. Your brain is like water. It needs to flow somewhere. Give it direction, or it'll flood your mind. Chapter 4, The Spotlight Effect. Ever feel like everyone notices your mistakes? That everyone is watching and judging? That's a trick your brain plays. Cornell researchers proved it. We drastically overestimate how much others notice us. We're the center of our own universe, so we think everyone else is watching. But they're not. They're busy thinking about themselves. That flubbed line in a meeting? You remember it. No one else does. Understanding the spotlight effect is freeing. It pulls you out of self-conscious fear and into reality. Most of the judgment we fear is coming from inside our own minds. Chapter 5. Third-person self-talk. What if you could instantly feel calmer just by changing how you talk to yourself? Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say your name. Sarah can do this. This linguistic trick creates distance. It shifts your brain from emotional panic to rational clarity. Research shows that third-person self-talk activates the same brain areas we use to advise friends. You get access to your own wisdom. You become your own coach. Think of how kindly you talk to a struggling friend. That voice can be yours when you simply step outside yourself for a moment. Every chapter you've heard today isn't just information, it's transformation. Emotions don't have to hijack your life. Disappointments don't have to define you. Rumination doesn't have to steal your peace. The imaginary spotlight doesn't have to blind you. And your inner voice? It can become your greatest ally. The next time a wave of emotion hits, remember, it's just 90 seconds. The rest is up to you.